Hey guys and girls, how is it going? And welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having a great day. As always, we are back, and I have done a boatload of grinding and stuff, and everything is slowly, but you know, it's kind of coming together slowly. Let me show you what I've been up to. So I've got a load of ores, well not really loads, but I've got a decent amount of ores, and I've managed to make my smeltery, so he's all up and running and looking good, and I've also done these little tubey guys so that the stuff goes straight into the chest, as well as automating this guy a little bit better as well. So we're pulling the stuff out with item ducts, and it's going into here, and then the lava's being pulled out into there, and I'm still using levers for everything because I didn't really want to waste my ores to make the servos, but I think maybe we will do that at some point. Another cool thing I've noticed as well is you can make these fluid tanks, which are very cheap, and they're a part of one of the quests as well, and you only need some copper, some wood, and some glass, and it gives you 2 of these fluid tanks, and each one can hold 16 buckets worth of liquid, which is not bad, seeing as these guys can only hold 8 buckets of liquid, so it's good to have them storing up. So while that guy's using the lava from there, I've been slowly filling up these things. I've got one already fill up, and we'll make our way through them. I've also got this area over here for making mossy stone, so I've been doing that, and I've got a fairly decent amount. We've actually got enough now to go throw the mossy bit onto my pickaxe, so maybe we'll do that. Yeah, let's go and do that actually. Let's grab our mossy stone and make a little bit of moss. So today's task is going to be to hand in some quests, because I've got some quests that need handing in. I've been trying to hold off from handing in too many quests so that you guys get to see all the rewards and all those funky things. And we're also going to play with some spores, because I managed to get myself some spores from sifting some sand, some ancient spores, and I've never used those before, so I don't really know what to expect, but apparently they allow you to make mycelium, and then you can make witching water, or bewitched water, or something like that. Yeah. I've also got a little farm going on up here, which I've been I'm happy with my farm. You know, it's small, but it's acceptable. We've got potatoes, we've got carrots, we've got wheat, we've got all the things growing down here, and I'm currently living off of carrot juice, because it's good for you, and it allows me to see in the dark. Well, it doesn't really, but it should do. As well as our saguaro cactus and sugarcane, which I'm slowly farming up. I don't really see a need to make a huge area for those, because you never really use them that much, do you? So yeah, that's a thing. And those saguaro cactuses you get from these guys, the saguaro fruits. And I've never actually really farmed these before, but I think what happens is when it rains, they grow when it rains, or they grow fruit, or something like that, something along those lines. So we'll find out. I've only just placed it down, and it hasn't really done much just yet, but I'm sure we'll get around to seeing some fruit or something in the meantime. As well as over this way, I've moved all of the trees over here because they were just getting in the way. So we've got a set of 4 trees over here, which are growing nicely. These are all of our oak saplings, and I've also got some of these rubber. Oh, one just grew. There we go. Some of these rubber trees, because you may have remembered in previous episodes we got ourselves some of the rubber seeds, which give us the these guys, the rubber saplings, and I'm sure we'll use those at some point for some MFR stuff. But let's crack on with today's stuff. Oh, I also got myself a bookbinder, so you can see in here I've got some books. Yeah, I made myself a fishing and breeding one, so I can get into fishing at some point. There is a really cool auto fisher that I want, because I think that fish is probably a better stable diet than carrot juice, but I need to make myself a couple of things before we can do that. Well, according to the book, that's how it goes. So let's grab our ancient spores, which we're going to need, and we're also going to need some dirt. So let's grab some dirt from here and fill this guy back up. I'm going to get some like item ducts and things like that to sort this out soonish. Oh man, has that got war in it? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm going to get some item ducts and things to do that, so I can just throw the oak leaves in there and do it that way. That's a really good way of getting dirt, by the way, if you didn't already know. So you can use the saplings for so long, but once you get a decent amount of iron, it's good to make shears, because the oak leaves, you get far more oak leaves than you do saplings, so it's a good way of getting some dirt. So let's grab some barrels, because we're going to need some barrels, aren't we? So let's have a little gander in here at the recipe for barrels, and we're going to need to make these guys. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to grab a few and see how this kind of works out, I guess. So we'll make some of these. There we go. And let's throw that guy in there. So we've got 9. That's probably going to be enough, I think. I don't think we're going to need any more than 9. And we'll put our wood back. And another good thing with the carrot juice, which I've noticed as well, is you can have more than your fair share of carrot juice, see? See? And when you have more of your fair share of carrot juice, it fills up your well-fed bar. So we're 216. We're now 242. And 308. So you can just keep munching down on those, and it really doesn't matter, because it's just going to keep increasing that bar, which is good. We need some dirt as well, so let's go and grab that. And then we'll lay these guys down and see how this works. So apparently we have to lay down our spores, have water inside our barrels, and then it should turn the water into a different type of water. Well, that's what it says. I'm going by the book here, so we'll find out. So let's lay down these in an orderly fashion. Central point is here, so I'm guessing we should put one there. Let's put one there, there, and one there, and there, and there, and there, and there. There we go. Now, and we'll do one there. Why not? And just make sure that we've got no areas where it needs light. It's probably going to need some light here. Although, if we turn it into mycelium, I can't really see that being much of a problem, but hey-ho. Alright, ancient spores. Bam! There we go. Oh, yeah, look, mycelium. Nice. Bam! Cool beans. Throwing all the stuff in there, and these guys need some water. I don't know if this is going to keep raining long enough. I kind of hope it's going to keep raining long enough, but I would like it to be daytime. So let's go have a little sleepies, and we'll see if it's still raining. Because I've been told that apparently that, like, resets stuff when you sleep, so we'll find out. Oh, is it raining? It is still raining. Good. Okay, right, let's grab this guy and see if we can get some water in there. Yes, as it is stopping. So we're going to fill some of these guys up, and maybe we'll just fill one up for the time being and just see what happens, because apparently it's meant to change into a different type of water. Well, that's the plan. Oh, these are all full? They're pretty much full, yeah. Cool. Okay, and this should spread, I think, and mushrooms will grow on it, according to our book. Let's have a little look. So, quest book. Inside here, it's laying to skyblock and fungus among us. So, mushrooms are a great source of food. Sift sand until you receive ancient spores. Plant these spores on a dirt block near a barrel filled with water to start turning the water into witch water. Cool. While the water in the barrels turns into witch water, mushrooms will spawn on the mycelium. Placing sand in a barrel of witch water will make soul sand. Sifting soul sand can give you nether plants and resources. Placing a creepy doll in a barrel of witch water will spawn an enderman. Nice. So we're going to need some of these guys to fill that win. There's also this quest here which needs to be handed in. I haven't done that one yet because we got some pretty funky things, didn't we? So I'm going to get a load of different types of seared, chiseled and bricks and guys, and we can pick a reward. Now, I think instead of doing the reward bag this time, I'm actually going to go for a slimy sapling, because I think the slimy sapling is going to come in a little bit more handy. Yeah, because we can get, you know what, we can get a load of slimes from that, can't we? Which is going to be a thing. So if we go set up a slimy area for our slimy sapling, and I think when you plant these guys, it transforms the dirt around it into slimy dirt, I think it does that. I think that's why Untinker's there up in the sky, so it doesn't turn the whole ground around you into a slimy mess. Which would kind of suck, wouldn't it, if that happened? So yes, it's frozen here. I also I handed one in, and I got loads of different types of forestry woods. I have no idea what I'm going to use these for, but maybe if we're feeling a little bit arty, yes, I could use some of these for making some fancy stuff. But as it goes at the minute, I have really no need for them. So let's go grab some dirt. There we go, and we're going to make a place for our slimy sapling. And where should we put it? I kind of want it with the rest of the saplings. Like if we threw it down there, that's probably a really good idea. So let's grab some of these blocks, and we'll make our way around here. Cool, and probably just straight in front of us is going to be a good idea. So if this is set, I want to try and keep everything looking slightly normal if I can. You know, just trying to keep the symmetry happening. A bit of feng shui in my life is always nice. Cool beans. There we go. And we'll build this guy out here a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it really needs to be that big, because, you know, the tree's going to be the main source of slime. And as far as slime goes, I'm only really going to be using it for pistons and things like that. So, yeah, it's different, but it's going to work, hopefully. Let's place those out there. Cool beans. And now we'll throw down a dirt. So I got a fairly decent amount of dirt as well. So let's do this. And once I automate the dirt, I've got a feeling we should get like a load of it. So what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That should do the trick, hopefully. Right, let's go get us some planks. And we'll grab some fences. And then we'll lay down our sapling and see how that goes. Hopefully by that time we should have some of this witching water that I'm hoping to grab and get my hands on. So let's get some sticks. Loads of sticks. Loads of fences. Cool. And we're probably going to make some more of those. So let's get some more sticks. And fences. Nice. You know what? I'm just going to make loads. Because you can never have enough fences. I love my fences. There we go. 59 fences. Oh, can we get a couple more? We can. 63. Almost a stack. Loving it. And we'll grab some wood. And let's go and make this guy. Yeah. So, I've been taking to using torches for a lot of things. Because I want to make sure that stuff doesn't spawn. You know, that's kind of, that would suck quite badly. So, let's throw these like this. There we go. And we'll go and do the edges so I can put those guys round. Another thing that we're going to need to make a section for, or a separate area for, is going to be animals, because I have got grass seeds now. So if we can get some animos, then we should be able to, you know, food will be really easy, as well as getting leather and things like that. So I've already got a little bit of leather, but I only managed to find that from fishing. So yes. Okay, right, let's go and light this place up. So we'll put a torch there, one there, one there. And we'll do that, and that. Cool. And let's place down our slimy sapling. Let's go for it right in the middle. Bam! Cool, right. This guy should grow. And hopefully when it grows, I'm hoping it's going to change the ground into slimy dirt. It sounds disgusting, but it could be useful in some way. Yes, hopefully. And we can see the mycelium is spreading. Lovely. Aha! Alright, so this is that witch water. Okay. And if we put sand in it, I believe, or is it dust or sand? One of the two. Let's have a quick look. Dust or sand? Dust or sand? It's which one is it again? Is it go with the flow? That led to skyblock. Make soul sand. After sifting sand, you can give the nether plants. Placing sand in a barrel. Yeah, sand. Okay, so let's go grab some sand. I'll get another bucket of water while we're at it so that we can fill up another barrel. And over time, it's going to rain and whatnot, but I'll do that over time. So let's go grab these guys and give it a sift and see what we get. We haven't got any mushrooms yet, which kind of sucks. Apparently, there's meant to be loads of mushrooms growing, but I haven't seen any mushrooms yet. So that's how we get soul sand. You know, it's kind of cool. So let's go and give it a sift and see what we get. I don't really know what it means by nether plants, because there aren't really many plants in the nether, is there? But hey-ho, let's see what happens. We got some nether quartz. Nice. So that's going to be an easy way to get nether quartz, which is going to be really good for a AE system. Eventually. Which is the plan, to get our AE system up and running. Yes. Yes, eh? To have that guy going. So let's quickly sort this guy out so that it's automated slightly. So we're going to want some fluid ducts. I'm going to want some item ducts, aren't I? So let's grab some item ducts from here. There we go. So we need some lead and some tin. So I'll grab a bit of lead and tin. Cool. And we'll make some of these guys. There we go. And I'm also going to need a servo. So let's use aluminium, because I've got a fairly decent amount of aluminium at the minute. Cool beans. Let's have a quick look in here. I always used to make them out of iron, but for the time being, I'm a little bit scarce on iron because I'm probably going to be using that for other things. I'm not going to be using aluminium that much. Well, not yet. At least I don't think I'm going to be using it that much. We'll find out. So there is that. Cool. And that. I'm only going to need one, I think. Cool beans. So first things first, we're going to want it to pull out from here. And we'll get rid of this guy. There we go. And we'll put the servo in here. And I'm going to tell it to pull out oak leaves. Oh. Yep. There we go. So we can pull out white leaves, which is good. Cool beans, we'll put it on whitelist and we'll turn that to off. And we'll do that. And there we go. Cool. So that guy's filled up. Done his fang. We'll do that. And we should find that's filling up. Yeah, cool. Alright. And the other side of things is we wanted to pull it out, don't we? To go back into our chest. So let's bring that along there. We're going to want a few more of these, aren't we? So let's get a bit more lead and some more tin. To make ourselves a couple more. There we go. Cool beans. And that can come along there like that. And we'll do this. And we grab ourselves a lever. It should do the trick. I don't really want to make servos for everything. Because, you know, servos are expensive, so... Oh, is that not going to do the thing? Are you not close enough? I would have thought you'd been close enough. Turned out you're not. Where should we put this guy then? We could put one like there. And put another one along here. There we go. Alrighty. So, hopefully, it should pull out. Unless it has to come from the bottom of the barrel. Which it very well might do. So I'm just going to dig into here. I remember some of you guys saying it doesn't really matter if I break the ground. So we're going to do that. I guess as long as I don't use the stuff, it's not really that cheaty, is it? As long as I don't use the stuff. Oh man, really? Can I get it under there? There we go. Alright. Cool beans. So that will do its thing. And should hopefully give me a load of dirt. Save me a little time, right? I like it. So the next thing today, which I want to do before we start anything really big, is I need a stable source of power. So I was thinking I can do what I did on Sky Factory and we'll use magma. Now as far as the different type of magma engines go, there is a fair few. So we could go down the thermal expansion route, but we have also got extra utilities which has its own type of magma generator as well. And I don't really know which one gives out the most amount of RF, or yeah, which one really gives out the most amount of RF. So maybe we'll have a play with the two of them and see which one's the better one. I've never actually played with the extra utilities magma one. From what I'm aware, it's the more expensive of the two, but if it gives out more, then I don't really mind, you know, shelling out a little bit more than for the other guy. So let's have a little gander in here. So the generators are the ones from extra utilities, and there is a lava generator. Here it is. So let's have a look at the recipe for this guy. So a lava generator. Oh, lava generator. Do it. Do it. Do it. Lava generator. Heated redstone generator. Oh, I wonder if we can't make this guy. I wonder if it won't let us do it if it's been disabled. Have these been disabled? They haven't been disabled. Survivalists. Furnace. Lava. Yeah, it looks like the lava generator has been disabled. Heated redstone, culinary, all of them are fine. Oh no, the pink jet, well that makes sense, doesn't it? High temperature's still there? Yeah, never generator's still there. But we can't use that guy. Okay, well, fair enough. I guess I should have seen that coming. So let's have a look at the other type of lava ones. It's probably going to be a Dynamo. I would guess it'd be something like a Magmatic Dynamo, which requires a fairly decent amount of invar and a little bit of silver to make that, but that's going to be perfectly fine. So I've made a place down here, which is where we're going to be doing all of our furnacing and stuff like that. This will be like our processing area before I build out any further. So I've made a load of clay as well, so that we can get a load of these crucibles, because we're going to need a ton of these to make the amount of lava that we're going to need to power all of our Magmatic Dynamo. So let's have a little gander in here. I made loads of clay, and I think the crucibles are the ones that need the smelting, aren't they? So let's have a gander. There we go. Crucible, yeah, unrefined. So we need that, and we need bone meal. So I'm thinking I might even use up the rest of my bone meal. I got 64 in there, and I have 14 in there. See how many we can get, and then see how much we can furnace from there. Because once we've got furnacing going, I'm going to make myself some grinders. Let's have a look at grinders. And grinders need a invar sword, some machine frames, and some plastic sheets and some tin gears. So these are actually probably the cheapest out of the lot of them, because they require the least amount of invar, which is kind of expensive. Well, not really, but a little bit expensive. Yes. So let's get our clay all smashed up first, and then we will crack on with that. I love how I can see all of the mycelium growing. Oh, we've got some mushrooms over there now as well. Nice. We'll soon use all of that stuff. It's going to be a decent amount of food as well. If we can get a... I need to figure out how to get mushrooms. So, like, do you just put a cow on one of those guys and thus a mushroom is born? Or do you have to, does it have to, like, spawn on there or something? I do know that there is a spawn protection on animals and things from the place that you spawn. So if we was to build anything, it would need to be around about 30 blocks away from here. Well, that's how I've generally found it in skyblock type things, because, yeah. So we might have to go further out if we want to do animos, and we'll also have to go out in all 4 directions and figure out which biome's going to be the best one. Because when I did Sky Factory, I found out that we was in an ocean biome continuously, and that kind of sucked because I couldn't get any animos from anywhere. I had to find a forest one, and then all of the little forest cats ate all of my chickens, and it was a bad day for everyone. So there we go. We've got 64 of these guys. Let's make some crucibles. There we go. Some unfired crucibles. You're just going to make a load of them because we're going to use a load of them. And let's get those guys a cooking. Cool beans. Now, the other thing that we're going to have to pay attention to is the amount of cobblestone that we're actually transferring. So, these, the igneous extruders, don't actually put out much cobblestone. Well, they kind of do. You can see that it's backed up there. But as far as when we have many of these going, it could slow down a little bit. So, we might have to pay attention to that and see how that's going. Yes. But I don't really want to make another igneous extruder just yet, because I don't feel that I need another one. We can run it all off of that guy and take it from there. So let's go grab some of these. There we go. And we're going to go and take them downstairs and start setting this area up. And I kind of hope this is going to work. And kind of look decent as well. Let's just eat some carrots. Yummy! I'm going to find a use for all these guys soon. There is that quest for food, so maybe we'll get involved in that and try and check some of that stuff out. I'm not really too good with food sources, though. So, we want our torches along here. And the first torch, I guess, can go there. We'll have another one here and another one here. And we'll place these guys on top like that. Cool. Some crucibles. And then we're going to want our fluid ducts pulling the items out, aren't we? We're going to want the lava coming out. That's going to go down like that. And then we're going to want the item ducts sending the items into the top, which are going to come along here somewhere. So we'll probably have that one on there. Let's get some cobblestone. And throw these guys down. So we'd have it like that, wouldn't we? Yeah. and then get the rest of them coming along the top as well. Alright guys, so I'm going to go and make a load more of these crucibles, and I'll get a load more item ducts and fluid ducts, and we'll be back to see how we're getting along with this in a mo. Alright, so I have gone and put all of my crucibles down here. They're all connected up with fluid ducts and item ducts. And the last thing really, because I don't want to go using loads of servos because it's just going to be really expensive, is what I'm doing is, for future's sake, if I decide to expand this, if I place these guys here and then throw these on top, like this, if I put another row at the front, then they're going to go and turn on as well. So you can see these guys are turned on, as well as the ones at the back are turned on. So it's kind of modular that we can make this as big as it needs to be. Although I do need some more levers, so let's grab a couple more of those. There we go, and get these guys up and running. So I think the best way to distribute the cobblestone evenly is if we put it in round robin mode. It should go to every output once in a circuit, which is probably the best way of doing it. Otherwise I think it might kind of prioritize the first lot of the front, and then the back guys might not get much, which doesn't really make much of a difference, I don't think, but it'd be kind of nice to have them all being used at the same time. So let's grab this guy, and we'll take him downstairs, and we'll see how we can get this rocking and a rolling. So first one can go here, and this is in case I need to use any more, so we'll put this guy here first, and have him come in as an output. Let's go and grab ourselves a servo motor. So we're going to need some redstone, some aluminium, and some glass to be able to do this. So we'll grab one of these guys, a couple of bits of this, poof poof, and some glass. Cool. And I kind of like this setup, only needing one type of servo motor, or only needing one pneumatic servo, is kind of handy. I think it works pretty well. So let's go and throw this on here. There we go. And if we click on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this as ignored. And I was going to have it as stack size, but I think for the moment it's alright. So let's put this, I can't remember how you do this. There is a certain way of doing this, which gets me every time. So that guy there. Okay. Is that the one? Dense, vacuum. So those are going to come out of there. Round robin. There we go. That's the guy I'm after. Actually, we don't even need the pneumatic servo in that case. I thought we had to set that via there, but it looks like we don't even need to. Even better. So now, because it's on round robin, it means it's going to send an item to every one of these individually in a circular motion. So it will go from there to there to there to there to there and across there. Instead of, if I left it on normal, it would try and fill up the first available inventory, then the second available inventory, and it would do that. So I'm kind of hoping this is going to be able to pass it out a little bit better. So if we go and grab ourselves a couple of these guys, because I just want to see how quickly this is going to work, and we'll grab some of these so we can at least get them filling while we're at it. We'll get this going. So let's throw these along there. There we go. I think it's just going to kind of go straight in there anyway, so that's kind of cool. And the last thing we're going to need is a bit of lava. Yeah. So let's go grab my bouquet. Grab some lava, and we're going to need ourselves some water for this. So let's put our lava in there. Cool. And some water, and we should get ourselves, hopefully, a buttload of power, unless we need any more of these igneous extruders, which could very well be a thing. We might need more of these, but we'll find out once we start getting lava coming in. So is that doing its thing? Are you working? I can't see. Yes, yes, there we go. Look, we're starting to get lava. Lovely jubbly. If I can get my way up here, I can see a little bit better. So so it's going into there, into there, into there, into there. Should be there next. Let's give it a second. I might need another one of these. And into there. And yeah, so the round robin side of things is working. We should see this one fill up. There we go. So that is working, but I'm kind of worried that it's not going to pass out enough cobblestone quick enough. But then these guys don't actually turn it into lava that fast anyway. So I don't really think it's going to be a huge increase if I made any more of these, the igneous extruders. I guess once these get a little bit more up to speed, we'll see how faster this creates lava. Yes. Because I think the only thing that's going to increase the lava amount is by having more crucibles. So that's just something we're going to have to wait and see how it goes. Now, we are going to want to obviously use this lava for something. I don't want to just store it. We want to start processing things and getting stuff going. So the next the next challenge, I think, is going to be... Let me grab you because you're basically full. So you might as well go downstairs with these guys as well. Let's go and plonk you there. There we go. So the next real challenge is getting some processing on the go. Now there is a... Oh, look over there. Look, my tree's done. Nice. Cool. I got a slimy tree. Didn't even realise that guy had grown and done his thing. Oh, yeah. So we're going to need Invar, aren't we? Which is going to be one thing. And we're also going to need some of that. So what have we got? We've got 15 Invar. We've actually probably already got enough to make ourselves one of these Magmatic Dynamos. Let's have a little gander at these. And we're going to want a lot of these, so it's going to be a thing. So we need 3 bits, and these require 4 each. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I have... How many do I have? 15. Cool. So we have got enough to do this. All right, let's make one of these guys before we wrap up for today then. So we'll grab a couple of these. Let's make some of these Invar gears. There we go. We're going to want some silver, aren't we? So let's grab some silver. And some redstone, because we need to make one of our transmission thingamabobs. So let's grab this. Now that I've got my spores as well, I can start focusing on being able to make the being able to sift the dust instead of sand, because I've been doing sand for some time, which the only problem with doing sand is you don't really get redstone, so that kind of sucks. So let's do that. Get ourselves a redstone's transmission coil. And that is pretty much it. We just need another bit of redstone to finish it up. And then we're going to be good. The only thing that I was kind of like, I really wanted to use the extra utilities one is because I don't think the extra utilities one wastes power, whereas the Magmatic Dynamos kind of do. So unless you have a way of storing the power, and I guess we could make ourselves a quick energy cell at some point, but if we don't use it, then there is a small amount of waste. But then again, this is all free, so I guess I can't really moan too much, can I? So let's grab this one and this one, and these are going to be our fail safes because I got a feeling these are going to fill up fairly fast. So let's throw these here like that, and we'll put our dynamo here, and we should find that it starts filling up. Yeah, check that out. Cool beans. And this guy's putting out... He's going to be putting out 80 RF. Nice. Now, the other thing that we're going to want to grab ourselves is going to be more Invar for more of those generators. Now, we can use our smeltery to make Invar, because that's how I've been doing it so far. But I think I'd prefer to just get myself like a pulverizer of some description, have that kind of thing going, because that's always a better way of doing it. So we've got machine frames, redstone, we've got some copper and some flint. So let me go and make this guy, and then we should put it all together, and I think they're going to call that an episode, so I shall be back shortly. Alright, so instead of making a pulverizer, I just went straight with a different thermal expansion machine. Let me show you what I went and did. So if we grab some iron and some ferrous and make our way downstairs. I need to make loads of conduits and whatnot, but I just thought this would be easier. I made myself an induction smelter, so we can go and throw our ferrous and our iron in there, and it's going to go and smelt up and give us our Invar just a lot easier. So what I'm going to do over the next episode, or between now and then, is I'm going to go and make myself a buttload of Invar, get a load more ores, and we're going to set up some sort of automatic smelting, sorting out system-y thing. Hopefully have a load more of these Magmatic Dynamos, because they seem to be working really well, filling up really quick, and you can see these ones are already starting to fill up by themselves. So we're getting a real good amount of lava through this system. And yeah, hopefully we should have some sort of properly working, automated, functioning thingamabob down there that's going to make stuff for us. But before we finish off today's episode, there was a couple other things that I wanted to do. I quickly want to show you my place over here. We should have loads of witch water. Yes, there we go. Many of the witchy water. So we'll put that to good use at some point. And look at all these mushrooms. Yummy. Think of all the stews. It's going to be tasty. And over this way, we have ourselves this stuff. Look, we have our slimy leaves. Yes. And this hasn't turned to slimy stuff yet. I think what I need to do, which shouldn't be a problem because I have a couple of them, is if I make some grass, I think it's the grass that turns to slime. So let's go and have a looky see. We've got pumpkin seeds. Where's my grass seeds? There we go. We've got loads of grass seeds. So let's go and throw down some grass seeds. And when we come back to the next episode, we'll see if that's gone and worked. And whether that's gone and turned it into slimy grass. Which I kind of hope it's going to. But this stuff's amazing. It makes the best noise. Yeah, it looks like it's doing it. They are the fappy trees, as me and Dude like to call them. They are the fappy trees. Yeah. Alright, and the last thing is going to be handing in a quest. So I've already got some materials from one of the quests. I've been filling this up with lava and some obsidian, because we're going to make ourselves one of these, a tank. And this will allow us to hand in a quest that I've been kind of not actually working towards, but I've just so far done it because I've been making stuff. There is a quest that needs loads of different type of tanks. I think it's on the go with the flow one. So, yes. So we're going to need that. We're going to need some glass because I'm going to need to make some panes. So let's make some panes. We'll get this guy. There we go. Some open block tanks. And if I have a look inside my quest book, we should find, go with the flow. It's this one. There we go. Fluid storage. So we've made portable tanks, we've made tanks, and we've made the fluid tanks from mariculture. So let's pick one. Left or right? I'm feeling pretty right today. I'm a righty today, so let's do that. And does that mean I got 2 reward bags? Because that's kind of cool. Yeah, it does. Look, 2 reward bags. Nice. Let's eat that guy. Let's throw away some cobblestone, I think. I don't even know where to put the cobblestone now because I've got so much. Let's go throw it in there. We've got to, you know, get away some stuff. And we'll put our invar up here. And this is just in case it goes and, like, does buttloads of stuff again. So, there is that. At our copper. Okay, let's have a little gandery. So, first reward bag gives us loads of coloured bricks. Yay. There goes my inventory again. I knew that was going to happen for some reason. Oh, jeez. Right, let's go for all these in here. What are these from? These extra utilities bricks. Okay. And our second one gives me... Oh, that's actually very useful. I've got flowers. I've got cobwebs, grass, ferns, and dead bushes. Lovely. The flowers are actually going to be kind of useful, though. So let's put that in our odds and end chest. Cool beans. Alright guys, well there's going to be that for this episode. I'm going to go and do some more fiddling around between this and last and just generally doing a bit of tweaking. And when we come back, we should have some sort of automated system-y thing going on down here. This is filling up really quick, so I'm really happy with this. I'm glad that I did the Sky Factory to learn how to do this, actually. It's kind of come in really handy doing that with Nemson. Alright guys, I shall see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.